Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing out there? So this is gonna be about the Game 7 results. The Denver Nuggets eliminate the LA Clippers in Game 7, and it really wasn't close. The starting five for Denver plus Russell Westbrook all had double-digit points. All. Aaron Gordon led the way. This is the problem I have with the Nuggets. It's there all along. It's there all along to have the talent to win these things. They just make a mountain out of a molehill because if they play cohesive basketball with the way Jokic plays, they win these series. They are a better starting team than they play. They have underachieved. And I don't want to ever hear anyone saying Jokic doesn't have any help or any of this or saying that these guys aren't that good because the size they got, the fact that they can inside outside, they're the ones who underachieve. So they're the ones who make the game a lot harder than it needs to be. So this I knew this had a 7 game feel because the teams were pretty evenly matched up. But this the Nuggets ought to be ashamed of themselves in part because this is part of what got Mike Malone fired because they don't finish out and they didn't give out, but also because they just this is what exactly what is there. The Nuggets, if Jokic is as dominant as he is in what he does, hey, you gotta get around and a balanced attack. You gotta know how to finish out and not make everything difficult. They fooled around, and this was a series. This came down to who had the home court. It came down to a couple of things. Of course, this game the Clippers were just done. That's just the bottom line. The only person as usual, Kawhi Leonard. And the problem with Kawhi Leonard is this. You can't miss 60, 15 games and then all of a sudden turn it on and then people go, oh yeah, that's the guy we remember. This is the problem that he runs into. Man, ain't no one saying you got to play 82 games, but man, you got to at least try to push 62. But you load management and the rhythms is off and the team, they just don't have it. We never even talk about James Harden because it's just like his beard and all everything going away. Typical James Harden. Typical James Harden. This is why I was reading the interview where he said that Steph Curry got in the way. He gave him his dad for, when cats have that one guy who gets in your way, so they like to say, sometimes it's not them getting in your way. It's just that your own desire and passion gets in the way. Because as great as Steph Curry has been as far as the guard play against Harden or against Lillard, those guys are like peers. The reality, and for Westbrook too, the problem is that a cat like James Harden just never brought it when it came to come money time. He done found more ways to just not show up. You can't score less than 10 in a game 7. You can't do that, man. It's the same old thing. Zubas had 10, but he ain't the same dude as he was in LA. Again, get on the road. You played pretty good defense against Jokic most of the series, but you just didn't show up. Jones Jr. did have 12, but Kawhi was on an island by himself. But again, it's a little too late. Tyronn Lue does a good enough job to coach these guys up, but they need a major overhaul. They too old, and they don't have enough balance. And I think that once you get to the postseason, yeah, you won 50 games, but your 50 games is a lot like your fellow Laker, and it's in the window. It's not consistent. Norman Powell didn't even crack 10. And again, you have to come correct. But I think a lot of this turn on, turn off false switch is what messes them up. So, and like I've said before in other videos, I think it is the changing of the guard. Cats like LeBron, Steph, Harden, Kawhi, Durant, they ain't winning another ring unless the league has got a fix or something, and it ain't gonna happen because yeah, they can give you some moments and some stuff like that, but the way the game is structured with everybody pretty much doing the same thing now, and the style coming along, you're not the cream of the crop no more. And Curry's like the last one, Butler, but Curry's the last one of the main cast that's left. Remember I told you all the main ones are out in the West from the old guard from the last decade. He's the last one standing. We're gonna see what happens in that game 7. But don't be surprised if he gets sent packing because I'm telling you, that changing has come, and you guys can't impose your will no more. You guys, Kawhi had to put 22 or something up in the press. That wins a series. it don't mean nothing no more. And James Harden doing his usual no show, same results, you know. I'm just telling you. So Westbrook gets to keep on going because he's neutralized with Denver. But I'm telling you, there's a changing of the guard. But yeah, the Nuggets move on. If I'm not mistaken, they play OKC. I think that's what they got. That ain't gonna be easy. Not at all. You know. So, but this is kind of how where we are right now. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, they won Game 7. Then the Clippers season, and you know, it was anticlimactic. Just because I said a series should go 7 doesn't mean the team played worth anything. So you know, that's where we are. That was the one game, and it really wasn't up for discussion. Denver did everything the right way, and the Clippers looked old, tired, and had nothing there in the tank. When they lost, they lost. So that's how I look at it. But anyway, let me know what you think. Denver beats the Clippers in Game 7, so they're going to the second round, and the Clippers are going fishing. Please like, subscribe, roll with thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit of if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay woke. Stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.